All right, so this is getdetailed.ca. Looks like it's just from the word detail. I'm assuming it's a car detailing shop in Canada. Um, okay, so I like this presentation. I initially just started scrolling down right away because that's what I'm used to, just scrolling all the time. Um, I don't know how much people take action from this sort of stuff, so it's great to have like a gallery in the top of the page, and then you scroll down, and there's more information. So I would definitely keep track of what people are doing on this. It looks like you're running just Facebook analytics. Definitely get Google Analytics running on this, um, unless you already do, um, and get some sort of screen recording software. I think early on it will help you a lot to figure out how people are actually using this, whether people are clicking these buttons or not, or whether just they hit this page, they get confused by the gallery, and then they bounce to a different page. So it looks like I just ran your site to figure out what you made it with. So it looks like it's just a WordPress site. Um, just probably, I'm assuming just using some sort of theme. Yoast is good. Contact form 7. Okay, cool. So so I think you should implement a service like Hotjar. I keep recommending them. So Hotjar, and then the other one is Lucky Orange, and they basically do the same thing. They just allow you to generate heat maps of your website. So like this, you'll see how often people are clicking what button. So then you can see, which buttons get the most clicks, basically, and how altering those has an effect on their click rate. And same here, you can do the same thing, but they'll give you basically a screen recording of your user and their mouse interacting on your website, which will be very helpful. Okay, so I'm imagining that I want to get my car detailed in Canada. And, okay, there we go. I'm getting detailed. So auto car detailing, wash and wax. Oh, this is cool. It tells you tell the person how often they should do that, as long as that's truthful. I don't love this illustration of this SUV because the bumper looks like it's like that reminds me of a hovercraft, but that's just first reaction. So this is decontamination detail. Interior only. So this is a lot of. This isn't the most intuitive thing to navigate because you have to scroll for so long, and I can't imagine how it is on mobile. You'd have to scroll so long to figure out the pricing for the service you want. If you want the last one, you'd have to scroll all the way to the bottom, and you have to know that it exists. There's no little side toolbar to help you. Like I'm on an iPhone 6 right now, it says up here. Um, oh, and you always have this call thingy. Okay, got it. So that's cool, I guess. I don't know how responsive people are to actually clicking a button like this because you're not telling people what it's gonna call. You know what I mean? If you were to press this, it opens up and it says calling, info at or what like the person's name at least or the business name, the phone number, so you can see it. People might be more comfortable doing that. I don't know. I would test this obviously. Um, as far as this pricing table goes, I would really put this all into one. So website I was just on, Maids and Brown, did a great job of this. So they have like a pricing thing like this, and then the price updates at the bottom. Obviously, you could do the same thing a little bit differently, where you have all these prices entered into a pricing table with what, like five by three different values, so 15 different values, and then you basically select from a drop down. Do you want an exterior wash? What's your car? And then it just gives you a final price. I think that would be a lot more intuitive, and then maybe at each select. So these would be all selections, you know, exterior, or so these would be selections. Maybe there's two levels of selections. You'd have to map it all out. This description could be next to it, maybe just a little bit shorter. That would let people know what it is. You know, what's the difference between a I don't know, decontamination versus wash and wax. Get your hours on here. That's cool. Your address is over here. I want to see these closer together. Maybe switch these two columns. That'll be easier to find. Because when I see hours, I automatically assume, you know, oh, you can't actually see. Oh, my face is blocking it. But you know your website. You can't actually see. I forgot what I was talking about. I just clicked. It said powered by. So this is okay. So this is just the web design company. Usually powered by, I assume like it's like a service, whereas built by, designed by, it's a company. Okay. Anyway, see how far I have to go. Okay, Ceramic Pro. I think. Yeah, so I think when you have services like this, it would be best to keep them all on one page. For both upsell to your clients, you know, if you came in for a detailing and then you needed paint correction, well, you might as well kill two birds with one stone. You can upsell them then and there. But if they're on separate pages, that user doesn't even have that in the back of their mind that that service exists unless they specifically navigate to it, and then they have a long thing to scroll through. Book appointments, that's good. I mean, I don't love this page. There's just a bunch of text. I would structure it differently. Just lay out in bullet points with little icons. You know what you do. You fix chips, scrapes. Although I guess this is protection film. Just the benefits of protection film, right? I'm guessing this is okay. So and then what initially caught my attention is what is Ceramic Pro? Why is it different from all the other menu items? Is you're trying to put the logo? This must be like a well-known logo? Oh yeah, so like similar to this, but on. Yeah, this is good. I would still cut down this text because people aren't just not going to read it. They want to see a headline. They want to see a couple of headlines, and they want to keep going. Book appointments. I think so. I'm assuming that your appointments are handled all through phone calls still, or you know you have to have a person pencil them in. It would be nice to see a booking system that is visible online, even if you want to just test it out with just Google Calendar. You can schedule that and have people input their available time slots, so you don't have to call them back and you don't have to deal with that. And then have an automated email that follows up with them and then reminds them their appointment is today. Do you want to cancel? And then have some sort of cancellation fee. Anyway, so. This is good. This is a little long. I don't know if you're trying to educate people on what Ceramic Pro is, or if people are supposed to know about it. Because so when I see the actual logo of Ceramic Pro in the nav bar, I assume that it throws me off guard. But that aside, I assume that you assume that people know what this is and they're going to gravitate towards it because it shows trust in that it's a powerful brand name. But then I get here and then it's like, what is it? So now you assume that people don't know what it is. So that's just like two fighting sides of the argument. Either keep it like this and don't put the logo in here, or put the logo here and then just have one video that says here's why it's awesome. Now what is it? Like here's why you need this. And then how to book it, all the advantages. So I think it's just a little bit too much information. Mobile detailing state. Okay, so that's a different site. I wouldn't do that because you want people. You want people to stay on your site. Testimonials. All right, showcase projects. Okay, so I mean, this is cool. Yeah, cool. So it's, I don't know why you chose to have this section be get a quote where on the other sections, that was so annoying to scroll through, by the way. Oh no, this one says get a quote. There was other ones that were like book me. Yeah, so like I don't know how you, this says both. Um, so what does get a quote take me to? Contact us? I think what you really need to do to have more interaction is to have this be that calculator. So when you get a quote, you can instantly give people a quote. Just they do it themselves. You know you've got those that matrix of 15 things that they can get. And there might be different services, whatever. You know all your prices. I'm assuming that it can, or it might not be a quote, it might be an estimate, but then they can automatically know what it's going to cost through them. And I'm assuming maybe you don't want to do this because you're not trying to compete on price, you're trying to compete on quality. But I think from getting being transparent about it, I think is always helpful to people. And obviously, if you have detailed analytics and all the marketing automation services set up on your website, there's no reason why you can't bring that customer back, even if they're not satisfied with price, if you have their contact information. So I think that's something that you definitely want to consider to implement. Car statistics. These kind of seem like they're BS, but I don't like this whole page because your about page should have some smiley faces of the people that are actually gonna be working on the cars. Have more. I mean, it should link to your projects. Why doesn't this page link to the projects? Oh, here it does, but it actually doesn't. So you just got to tie things together, make a good user flow. So I think that's all I got. If you want to talk in depth, or you have any, oh, you can scroll now. Oh, well, that's interesting. That wasn't working. Huh? Okay, trippy. So this isn't even legible on my monitor. So that's something to address. This white needs to happen faster, or just always have white there. Why doesn't it have white? This is weird. Okay. Okay, I see. So this makes more sense. Book your appointment. I think you need to cut down on this scrolly effect because it's kind of annoying. Like I want to scroll in between. I want to scroll like here, but I can't because it keeps scrolling. I don't love this color changing thing. Find testimonials. That's good. I try to put a picture of their face on each one of them. Makes it more personal. Maybe city where they're from. Yeah, okay, sorry. I don't know why your homepage wasn't scrolling for me earlier. That was weird. So maybe that's something to look into too. All right, cool. Well, I hope that's been helpful. Cheers.